Space, the final frontier. My name is Captain Foley, and these are my adventures. Captain's Log, Stardate 201510.01. Welcome back, crew. Captain Foley here once again. And I'm going to try something new with this Captain's Log, kind of streamline it a bit more. A few people have asked me to kind of do that. And as well as Samuel, I know he gets frustrated probably listening to it going, edit that out. So I'm going to try to make them more quick cuts between each comment. Maybe not read each comment completely, maybe just summarize. This is mainly due to a suggestion that my brother Steve made when I talked to him. He always watches my Captain's Logs, and I really appreciate that. So thank you, Steve. I will take that into consideration and try to do my best, try to make it a little bit more concise and succinct. So hopefully you appreciate that. So let's see how it works out for this episode. And here we go. It's also been a little while since I did a Captain's Log, a full Captain's Log. I know I've done 2 Captain Supplementals since the last Captain's Log. And you're probably going to see more of that. The Captain Supplementals are more straight to the point of what I need to talk about. And like I said, the Captain's Logs are still going to be here. They're still going to exist where you guys can ask me questions and talk. And I will definitely comment on those. So the first one is from Captain Roxas. So a fellow captain. I have the same issues with depression and anxiety. I know how those can be hard to deal with. I know this will sound kind of cheesy, but take life one day at a time and try not to worry about this in the future. And find something you like doing, like your Captain's Logs. Hang in there, Captain. There is always tomorrow. Thank you. Next is from John Muller. Hang in there, Stuart. I'm right there with you. The struggle is real. I very much appreciate this time and effort that you and Samuel put into this, and my therapy is watching. I never considered that until you guys really started saying it, that a lot of people, Trekyards helps with their anxiety, helps with their depression. It gives them something to look forward to, and they really enjoy it. And I'm glad that I can contribute in that way. I feel honored that you guys come to Trekyards, and it improves your day. That just makes me feel incredible. Steve Donahue. If filming these segments helps you feel better, then by all means do as many as you like. Will do, Steve. Avon Rate. Hi, Captain Foley. I would love to know how I can be a member of a fan club. Living in the UK, it's hard to find Star Trek fans here. If you need any help with your depression, I can help. I'm a great believer that talking is helpful. I've had a lot of comments like that. Like, if you need to talk to somebody, please message me. I know exactly what you're dealing with. I deal with it on a regular basis as well. So I thank you guys for that. However, when I'm in those moods, I don't want to talk to anybody, especially people I don't really know. I don't know what to say. I don't feel like talking to anybody, so it's kind of not helpful in a way to talk for me. But thank you anyway for the offers, and I will keep those in mind. But I'm always here too if you guys need to chat. If I'm in an upbeat mood and I feel good, I will definitely like to talk to you guys. And please feel free to private message me. A lot of people do. I just chat back and forth with them. It's just how I am. I'm an easygoing kind of guy. I might not get back to you right away, depending on how my day's going. But next is from Chris Gurney. When I saw what JJ had done, I got depressed and almost threw away Star Trek. But because of you and your work on Trekyards, as well as discovering Axanar, Renegades, and a few other fan sites, I was reinvigorated and have to thank you for helping me rejuvenate my interest in Star Trek again. Thank you, Captain Foley. That's great to hear. Yeah, don't get down just because JJ's Star Trek is not the best. It is still Star Trek. It did put Star Trek kind of back on the map and help it a little bit. Popularity-wise, I know it's kind of the wrong kind of attention most of the time, and people get the wrong impression from watching JJ Trek. But that being said, it is still Star Trek, and I still watch it. Like I said in previous videos, you need to watch Star Trek to support Star Trek. So definitely keep that in mind. It is worth watching because it is Star Trek, and, you know, it's fun to make fun of. It's like watching a Star Trek parody almost. It's like Galaxy Quest parts 2 and 3, only not as good because they're sequels. Michael Gardner says, my dad would like you. Don't exactly know what that means. I will take it as a compliment. I assume it was intended that way. I'm pretty sure I would like your dad. I don't know why he would like me, because I'm depressed, or just because of my views on things and how I speak my mind. A lot of people have commented on that, how that's what they like about me in particular, is that I just speak what's on my mind. And the dynamic between Samuel and myself is what makes Trekyards. It's not really well, it is the show itself, but I've heard that even if it was just Samuel and I talking with no overlays or video or pictures, that it's the dynamic between us that is interesting and fun, and it is, because we have such sometimes opposing points of view, so it makes for a great show. So let me know what that means exactly, Michael, if your dad would like me. I consider that an honor, so thank you very much. So the next comment is from Rotel Henriksen. Negativity incoming, Captain. I will not feel at all offended if you just skip this one. At no point in either of the two Abrams movies did I get the impression that anyone on set, in the writing room, in the cutting cave, or in the director's seat even tried to make a good movie. Not even talking about making them good Star Trek movies. They're full of holes, even if you ignore goofs like transwarp beaming and the silly Stardates or the bridge window. And with all due respect, I don't feel the need to embrace Boom Boom Abrams and his bad movies. Bad Star Trek is not better than no Star Trek. It just leads to more bad Star Trek, done by people who do not give a ship. It was just sit back and look. If we just sit back and took his movie in, we will never get a good canonical Star Trek project anymore. At this point, best case scenario is for the movie line to die out after 13, give it a decade or so, and have someone who grew up with TNG in charge of going back to the prime timeline. And speaking of that one, I'd have a much easier time accepting JJ Trek as silly but harmless if we had any canonical evidence of its continued existence. Countdown is not canon, and time travel does not work like that in the Star Trek universe. You bring up a lot of good points. I don't consider that massive negativity, so don't feel bad. Don't worry about that. I understand exactly what you're saying, that they're full of plot holes and it's just crap writing, and it is. It's just to make a Hollywood blockbuster summer film that people with no intelligence, they just are moviegoers, will want to go see. It's a bang bang, J.J. Abrams, boom boom, exactly, shoot 'em up action adventure that could have had any title on it besides Star Trek. But what I'm trying to say with the embrace Star Trek thing is, we need to support each other in our projects. And I know I'm not a huge fan of JJ myself, but it did get Star Trek noticed by a lot of people who might not have particularly noticed Star Trek. One of my friends in particular is that way. He's a Star Wars fan, watched this Star Trek, and now is actually kind of interested and is looking at the other series and shows. And that's exactly where I think the positivity comes into it, is that it brings new people into the franchise. Although a lot of times they are closed-minded and they don't accept the fact that there is other Star Trek, or they watch it and they say it's cheesy, or it's no good, I can't follow it. It's because they're more action-oriented, they're more into that kind of bang, bang, shoot 'em up action movie, summer blockbuster kind of movie. So that's fair enough, but at least they're helping I was going to say perpetuate the Star Trek mythos by being fans of it, but I don't know if that really makes sense and is totally truthful. So I see your points. I do appreciate all your points, and I really appreciate you sharing them with us. But yeah, I still maintain that as bad as JJ movies are, and trust me, I'm one of the biggest anti-JJ guys there is. You can even check out my past video, JJ's Star Trek Sucks, and Here's Why, who my brother that I mentioned earlier actually wrote the points for, and I agree with wholeheartedly in most cases. And check out that video. It's on my channel. Just do a search for it. I'll try to include a link below if I remember, but I don't know when I'm going to get to editing this, so I'm not sure if I'll remember. So, but yes, so I don't know. I don't want negativity, because there's so much negativity out there in the world. Why create more of it? So I'm just trying to be a little bit more positive here. But I mean, I understand your point. So thank you, and please keep commenting. Next comment is from Elijah Kerrigan. he mentioned earlier that I should use real star dates in my captain's logs, and in the last one, I feel like I blasted him for it, and I didn't mean to. But he says, "But I know the star date. LOL. I hope I didn't upset you. I really enjoy your videos. Thanks for the mention. Hope you feel better soon. You bring a lot of joy to a lot of people, myself included. Never forget the difference you make." Thank you, Elijah. No, I wasn't offended. I just thought I had to justify why I did it the way I do it. But yes, I'm glad I bring that Trekyards brings joy into your life, and I never thought I'd be doing that for people. So I think I found my true purpose, and I actually feel like what I do here is important, and it makes a difference to people. And like I've said before, it'll be here long after I'm gone. So I'm leaving my mark on the world, and it's for a positive thing. So I'm glad. Thank you very much, guys. James Albrecht says, "Wishing you well. I am very glad that these videos help you feel better. We enjoy and appreciate your efforts, Captain. May the great bird of the galaxy shine on you." Thank you, James. B. Bizano1. "Captain Foley, I know what you're going through. I can relate. Hang tough, my friend." Will do. I'm feeling not a lot better. I'm feeling marginally better than I have been the last little while. I think it's starting to show. I'm feeling a bit more active and whatnot. So, Kevin Clarkson. "Well said, Captain. Considering the production background, Renegades came out quite well. I was entertained and I want to see more. I also agree that some Starfleet names sometimes don't hit the mark, but there's always the Royal Navy tradition of naming. I love Indefatigable as a name. Indefatigable. USS Indefatigable. No questions this time, but keep up the good work." Thanks, Kevin. Will do. Matthew Davies. "You go, Cap." You go too, Matthew. Ashley Bunker. "Hope you feel better when you read this." I am. Thank you. Enjoyed the show. Nice to have something to watch after a hard day of dealing with. Hope the car is coming along nicely. Looking forward to seeing it running. I am too. I'm getting kind of frustrated with it. Basically, I don't have the help I need when I need it, and it's getting frustrating. But that's fine. Everybody needs one of those frustrating projects in their life. I compare my car to the Millennium Falcon. Love the ship to pieces, but it's a piece of junk sometimes. You just want to kick it, and you kick it, and things start to work better. It's one of those things. My car is the Millennium Falcon, and we have the same relationship as me and Han. When it's running, it's awesome. It's the greatest ship in the world, but not everything works all the time. So, as for favorite ship, the Lunar class, I think you mean Luna class, is mine. I can't wait for the Trekyards episode. As always, thank you for all your hard work that you and the commander do. I think you mean the Luna class, which is the USS Titan that Commander Riker now commands in the novels, designed by Sean Turinjo. We're actually doing an episode on the USS Titan with guest star Sean Turinjo. So stay tuned for that. We've started rough drafts of that, and that will be coming up shortly-ish. So keep your eyes open. Raymond Anders. The Andor class is one of my favorite FASA classes in the game. And your last name is Anders. The Anders class. Awesome, yeah. Like I've said before many times, it's one of my favorite ships. The design is just incredible. Empyrean Frost. Well done, sir. Who is your favorite crew member from the Trekyards Destiny novels? Never read the Destiny novels, so I have no idea. Gotta be honest. My favorites are Commander Miranda Kadohata, Commander Worf, and Captain Ezri Dax, Lieutenant Lanakar Dikar, or Kadar. Haven't read them, so I don't know. Sorry. And it's the USS Bonaventure from TAS I see on your shelf. And Grimlock. I don't have the USS Bonaventure on my shelf. Where do you see that? I'm watching you, Empyrean Frost. I don't trust you. No, I don't have the Bonaventure on my shelf. There is a Bonaventure from the animated series, which is a Constitution classy stylish ship with modified engines and stubbier secondary hull and stuff. There's also USS Bonaventure that's in the Star Trek Spaceflight Chronology. And that book is right here. The Star Trek Spaceflight Chronology. illustrated by the brilliant artist of the space age, Rick Sternbach. Says that right there. And I got Rick to sign this. To Captain Foley. Make it so, Rick Sternbach. Had him sign this at Wonderfest in May, which I did a video about, but yeah, he said that this book, this is the original printing of this book, by the way, he has not seen one in this pristine condition in a long, long time, and even the copy that he himself has is not in this pristine condition, so that means a lot to me that, you know, my book's in such great shape. But anyway, yes, the USS Bonaventure. Right there. It is the first ship to be installed with a warp drive, according to the original chronology. That's what it looks like. It's kind of a Battlestar Galactica type design. And it's the Cochrane class. So yeah, made interstellar spans become reasonable distances. We actually talk about this ship in our episode number 2, the episode on the Phoenix from Star Trek First Contact. So check it out if you want to learn about the Bonaventure. They'll probably end up doing an episode on it eventually because it's a very interesting ship with a very interesting history. But I think you were referring to the animated ship, which I do not have a model of on my shelf. I don't know what you were talking about. I think you're crazy. I'm just kidding. Tell me kind of in a comment where you think it is, because I don't have one. Sorry. So, I figured it out. I figured out what he was talking about the Bonaventure. I actually went through and filmed the rest of this episode and was editing it together when I thought I'd look on my shelf again and see what he was talking about. And he was referring to this. This is the Minimates Enterprise. I love this thing. When I saw it, I had to get it right away. It's an amazing little ship. Comes with a Minimates Captain Kirk figure, which I'll show you in just a moment. But I'll probably do a product review on it at some point. But this is exactly what he was talking about because it has that stocky animated Bonaventure profile. If you've seen the animated show, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's also got the Bonaventure is different in the fact that it has the thick engines at the front and then a step down to a thinner engine. It's also got a different shaped secondary hull. But being in the background and seeing this particular saucer arrangement, kind of the squished look, I can see exactly why you would think this was the Bonaventure. So I'm sorry for not realizing it sooner, but I'm throwing that in here so that you guys don't think I'm entirely stupid. This is, of course, is cool. It's got a little storage compartment there for your little guy if you need it. And if you open it up real quick here, you can see inside the bridge. There's a Klingon on the view screen. And it's got all the consoles there. It's got a little thing there, a post for Mr. Kirk himself, who's behind me in all my Captain's Logs videos. He's usually standing up, but I recently sat him down. So there's his captain's chair, which fits nicely in there. He sits in it perfectly, and it closes. He's got enough room for that. So he's got his little phaser there, and his little communicator. So yeah, if you've noticed in other videos, he's been standing between my two computers back here with those items. I recently moved it a bit and made him so he's sitting. And I also put my little Enterprise toy there too, so kind of change it a little bit, make it different for you guys, different things to look at and see. So for the rest of this episode now, you can now watch and see it behind me and go, oh yeah, I never noticed that before, or I did notice that before, but now it's even cooler because he's talked about it. But yes, this ship is very cool, and I can definitely see where you'd see the Bonaventure. So thank you for that comment, and sorry for not being bright enough to realize what you were talking about. But yeah, I definitely suggest picking one of these up. They're very cool. There's an ISS Enterprise, the Mirror Universe one, with Captain Kirk and his Mirror Universe getup, which I really want to get. So keeping my eyes open for that. But yeah, that's it, guys. And he went on to mention Grimlock. So without further ado, And he said, and Grimlock is right here. It's the Masterpiece Grimlock. Got the Masterpiece Optimus Prime and Rodimus Prime. I got a lot of other Transformers in the other room, but these are the ones that are out here right now. And then he ends his comment by saying, Captain Mura, the USS Polaris NCC 92300. A fellow captain. I nod to you, my good friend. Avon Rate. Sorry. Hi, Captain Foley. Having depression and dyslexia as well, I understand how you feel a lot of the time. I've suffered from depression for about 17 years and still struggle with it. Star Trek has saved my life. It gave people so much hope and help for the future. I love Trekyards, and seeing Star Trek with new content is great. I will be potty rock if you need any help, I am willing to help. Many thanks from it, Commander Avon Wright. Okay, not sure if English isn't his first language, but there's a lot of grammatical stumbles in there. Sorry. Joseph Bryant. Seeing you only have 2 canon Enterprises left to review, I never really count the JJ prize, it seems silly to me to ask if you have an episode for Star Trek Online's Odyssey class 1701F lined up. What I do want to ask is if you are planning to have the designer Adam Ahil as a guest star. I think your episodes always work best when you have a guest star, since the guest star can answer questions that you have and Samuel would otherwise get into an argument over. I personally have mixed feelings about the Enterprise F when I first saw it, but similar to Pacific 201, the design has grown on me over the years. Now I think it is one of the best non-canon Federation designs out there, not including the designs for the Renegades and Axanar. And I would love to know what thought process went into designing it. As for the Odyssey class, of course we're going to be doing it. It is an Enterprise. We're going to be doing all the ships of Star Trek eventually, so we should be here for another 150 years because there's so bloody many. And talking to the designer sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. We tried contacting the designer of the Vesta class, because we just did a mission briefing on the Vesta class. He said he's screen shy, doesn't like to see himself on camera, so he's not sure he wants to join us for an episode. He would love to walk us through exterior details and design aspects of it and tell us why he did it. So that might have to be summarized in a video that doesn't include him. I don't know what's going to happen there, and I don't think this guy is the same guy. Pretty sure it's not. So I mean, we always try to contact the designers because it's always cool to hear from them. And it doesn't stop arguments between Samuel and I. We still have our disagreements because he likes stuff that I don't like and I like stuff he doesn't like. You know, he can't be right all the time like I am. So, moving on to C0 Catchwell. No hard feelings over the name. It's supposed to be Coke the Whale. There you go, Coke the Whale, not C0. I made it when I was a teen, and Leet Speak was cool. It was just stuck as my online handle. It's awesome you feel that you found your purpose in life. I can tell you your passion for Trek definitely shows. I hope so, because it's like everywhere in my life. That goes for both you and the Commander. I hope the Patreon goes well. I'll definitely be contributing as soon as I can. This channel has quickly become one of my favorites. P.S. Tell the Commander to start doing a vlog type video show. Well, that's been mentioned a few times. I've told him to. He doesn't know what he would say or talk about. I've told him just to talk because that's what I do. But I don't know. We'll see. We are doing a making of a Trekyards episode, so you're going to see sort of his aspect, his side of things, and hear him chat about what he does to make an episode. So that should be interesting. I think he should be doing episodes as well, but who knows? Who knows? Mall Santa is next. Hi, Captain Foley. Thank you first for announcing my comment, and now I feel horrible about making it. Captain, I honestly did not realize how bad my comment sounds to other people until I heard it read out loud for me to hear. I want to sincerely apologize for that because I really and truly didn't mean to be as bad as it sounds, LOL. I am a huge fan of all the Star Trek shows and movies. I also have a lot of respect and love for all those who make them, and I understand the stuff required in making it all. I was just trying to give my opinion of of the movie, but did not mean to sound so hateful. But I did sound that way, but it was not intended. So please accept my apologies. God bless, Captain. Peace. I didn't mean to make you feel bad. As you guys know, if you watch this show, I do read these comments verbatim what they are, unless you put in the comments somewhere or at the beginning of it. Feel free not to read this, or please don't read this. There's been a few of those where I just leave them out, and I just either respond privately or whatever. So if you don't want me to read something, just let me know. But I think he was referring to one of his comments about Renegades and how he didn't like it. And I basically, that's when I said, you know, all Star Trek projects are important. I probably could have done I couldn't have done a better job making one, so we have to enjoy it. So I didn't think it was hateful. They were just voicing your opinion. I didn't mean to come across as anything but helpful in my comments. So please don't take it that way. I love all your comments, and you all have your own opinions, and that's cool. Just understand that I also have mine, so I'm going to stand up for what I believe in. And I didn't mean to make you feel bad, so please don't feel bad, because now I feel bad. It's just a vicious cycle. Don't do that. Steve Martino. I know it's not applicable to every person, but cannabis helps tremendously with my depression. Well, I've tried cannabis on a few occasions, and I'm not a huge fan of it. It makes me more paranoid than anything else. So I'm glad it helps you. It does help a lot of people that I know also with health-related issues. So whatever makes you feel better, that's great. I just find that usually, under most circumstances, it makes me super uber paranoid, and I don't like that feeling, so I really don't partake. But awesome suggestion. Hope you don't mind if I read that out loud. Yeah. And then Captain Roxas commented on it and said, I found it did the same for me. And then Coke the Whale. Funnily enough, I just made a post about this on Facebook. SSRIs didn't help me at all. As someone who had only smoked once or twice as a teenager, I looked down on it, as did I, very much so. And as an adult, I wish I had opened my mind sooner. Same here, same here. I was very closed-minded until I was 32. A friend recommended I try it for my depression, and it was unbelievable how much it improved my situation. Cannabis has been a world changer for me. I'm 31 years old now. Just to put it in context, if only Canada would legalize it, I don't much enjoy being considered a criminal over something so helpful. And then Galvers commented on that comment as well. Then you are not true, bro. True, bro, as said the great Barnabas Stinson, have only one solution to the problem. When I get sad, I stop being sad and be awesome instead. There you go. If you don't like weed or don't do weed or feel like a criminal, just be awesome instead. That's a great idea. But no, I understand that it helps a lot of people, and I hope those people don't mind that I read that online. I don't know if I should cut that out. If you guys watch this and you don't want me to have that on here, I can definitely re-edit this and cut that out. But yeah, you guys know that everything I say, everything you write on here gets read and word for word. So just a disclaimer. A few more comments. Michael Lohr. I agree with you with what you said, Captain. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Like myself, I am not a huge fan of Star Trek Phase 2, so I don't watch it. But I would never bash their work, as they are fans creating new Trek content. However, I will say I absolutely love Star Trek Continues, and as a fan of TOS, I was curious as to what your thoughts on the Star Trek Continues was. Thanks again for that Captain's Log, and of course for Trekyards. And then he says, by Star Trek Phase 2, I meant Star Trek New Voyages. He was asking what I think of Star Trek Continues. I really like Star Trek Continues. It's got a great original series feel to it. The stories are well written. The music's perfect. The pacing is excellent. The acting's generally all right. Kirk's really good. Most of the other ones not really a fan of. The latest one, Divided We Stand, really annoyed me. First of all, I hate that they do the 4:3 aspect ratio for the old style shows. I have a plasma TV, so I have to widescreen that so I don't get burn-in, and it really irritates the shit out of me that I have to do that. Make things widescreen. It's the modern day. I don't care if you're trying to go for a modern look. Have the option that you can have a widescreen version of that, please. First of all. Second of all, I'm so sick and tired of Star Trek episodes that don't have anything to do with the future. That episode was about the Civil War, more or less. I've watched it 3 times now, and I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, it's all right, and I can see it being an original series script for sure. But all that being said, I want to see starships doing starship things. I don't want to see the Enterprise maybe 3 times in an episode, and the whole thing's just a Civil War reenactment. Didn't impress me. Wasn't happy with it. But it was a well-written episode, and a legitimately would have been a TOS episode, so they did a great job. So I am a fan of New Void, or of Continues, sorry. Especially Dr. McKenna. Emma7. Thank you for answering my question and for the welcome. I look forward to pretty much everything the Commander and yourself do, but I am now very much looking forward to anything you will do about the history of the races of Star Trek universe and of Starfleet. The enthusiasm of all the Trek family now has me watching as much as I can fit in right now, and even though I may be spoiled by more modern production abilities, it doesn't take anything away from the stories they are trying to tell in the original series, and so many of the messages in them still resonate today. I think the original series was made 20 years before I was even born, but I think some modern television programs would really stand to take a good look at the series, how a series can be made timeless. Although I pretty much like most of the Star Trek I have seen so far, just as a personal observation, even though the actors do a great job, the J.J. Abrams movies don't feel like the rest of Star Trek to me. I feel like it's missing something. Sorry, not something. Missing some of the heart of the universe so it can plug into more explosions. But that's just my thoughts on it. That's not just your thoughts, Emma. It is a lot of people's thoughts. And thank you for sharing that. I'm glad you are enjoying Star Trek. I know you're new to it. And I'm glad that I was able to help you out by answering your questions. Please keep watching. And definitely check out all Star Trek. Even Deep Space Nine. I know the first 3 seasons are difficult, but once you get through those and season 4 hits, you're going to be in love. Season 4 on in Deep Space Nine is amazing, and I suggest anyone watch it. If you don't want to watch the first 3 seasons initially, start on season 4, watch the last of them, and then you'll want to go back and watch 1 and 3. It's just kind of hard plotting through some of those episodes in seasons 1 through 3, so keep that in mind. But yes, I agree with you. JJ Trek does not feel like Star Trek. It's missing something. It is just a boom, boom, shoot 'em up action adventure that could have any name on it besides Star Trek. I've said that a few times, but... And welcome to the Trek family, again. Next is from Lokawa. Dear fellow Captain, Captain Foley and Commander Calkins, sorry man, forgot, don't know how your name is spelt. Or... Sorry, you put Commander Sam. I just assumed Commander Sam. It's Calkins, Cockings. Would look it up, but I'm using an Xbox 360. To the heart of the matter, I wish I could throw money into your work, but I'm broke. Are you two planning on doing some more episodes about unofficial fan-made ships? I got some I am willing to divulge to everyone to hear your opinions on them and their slight tech improvements. I got hundreds of self-written pages about Star Trek ships and Trek lore started that since I was 11, 22 now, ha ha ha. And Captain, I too suffer from the hands of that. My cure for it is anime mainly. Example, Sword Art Online. My now #1 anime before Robotech and Code Geass. And the hyperspray treatment aside from anime is Trek and Wars movies, shows. Even writing some stories for Trek and Star Wars, which I did just a draft of a Star Wars short story, Kapla? Question mark. If you and Sam keep it up, never give up and never surrender. Arr. Cool. Yeah, we definitely do unofficial fan ships. It's called Trekyards Originals. If you want to ask us about how you would get one done, just email us at trekyards@hotmail.com and we will get back to you about that. So definitely, that's cool. Don't worry about if you can't throw money at the Patreon or donate to us. That's fine. Like we've said before, all we ask is that you share it. Share. Go to our Patreon page, copy the link, share it to all your friends on your social media, wherever you think people will enjoy seeing it that haven't maybe seen it already. So Twitter, Facebook, just get it out there, spread the word, and tell them how great Trekyards is, and hopefully we'll get more people coming into the show. And last comment is from Galvers. You are a captain. You have no time for depression. Awesome way to leave it off. On that note, thank you guys so much. Hope you are enjoying the new content that we're providing for you guys. We have a new show today, which is going to be released by me in a couple of minutes, called Trekyards Top 10, where me and Samuel duke it out with our top 5 lists each. Now it's top 5 for each of us, which makes it Trekyards Top 10, which is some of the best videos on the internet is top 10 lists. So we've done that. It's going to be top 10 in under 10 minutes. We also have the one I released yesterday, which is Fact Files, which is basically facts in 5 minutes about something that doesn't really necessarily need a full episode to get all the facts out there. So it's more straight to the point, fact kind of a show rather than me and Samuel voicing our opinions and whatnot. So hope you enjoyed those, plus our animations. It is Thursday today, so yesterday was mission briefing on the Negva. So check that out. And part 2 of the Enterprise E with John Eves is coming out on Saturday. So definitely check that out. John Eves is an amazing guy, and it's a great episode. You'll learn a lot about the Sovereign class in that episode. So stay tuned to Trekyards for a lot more cool stuff, and check back later today for that top 10. Friday, we have another animation. Saturday is part 2. Sunday, I don't know what we're doing Sunday yet. Something, maybe another animation. But then we have more fact files coming your way. I got notes of fact files that I've written for future episodes. But these shows can't really continue unless you support our Patreon. We need to hit our goals so that we can dedicate more time to this, because we're really pumping stuff out right now. We got a lot of stuff in backlog for regular shows and mission briefings. That's why we can afford to do these other shows, these pilot versions right now. And these are shows we've been thinking about doing for a long time now. But we figured with the Patreon just starting, if we get those shows out there so you can see what we're capable of making and would like to see it more on a regular basis, please donate to the Patreon. Try to bolster our numbers, as it were, so that we can actually spend the time we need to work on this stuff. So I'll put a link to the Patreon in the description below, of course, as well as my JJ Star Trek Sucks and Here's Why video. I'll put that in there too. Hope I don't offend any JJ fans. Like I said, I still like JJ for certain aspects, and I think he'll do an amazing job on Star Wars. But I do play devil's advocate once or twice in the video, so it's worth checking out. It's been a lot of people's favorite videos. So anyway, this is Captain Foley signing off. Until next time. Sorry it took so long for this Captain's Log to come out, and I want to say a big thank you again to all you people who made me feel better and just say that Trekyards is important to you and that you understand what I'm going through. And having all that knowledge behind me and that you guys are there really makes me feel tons better, and I really appreciate all you guys do. So anyway, I will talk to you very soon, and check out all the cool content for the next 2 weeks. All right. Bye, everybody. Live long and prosper.